or when the room is not occupied and won't be occupied for the rest of the day. The stuff that you're going to need, regular house broom with a dustpan. We have a dry mop. We have a dry mop here. We have our little spray bottle with lemon cleaner. These are just rags, cut up rags that we use for washing stuff down. We have two different color mop heads. We have green mop heads. Green mop heads go into the buckets that we pick messes up with. If any dog happens to potty in the room, any pee in the room, we will pick it up with our green mop head. And then we have blue. We have blue mops. Our blue mops are they're not to pick up messes. It's only to do a final mop of the day once the room has been swept and dry mopped. So we have green for messes and blue, and sometimes we'll use the white mop heads. We have blue or white mop heads that are used for the final cleaning of the day, for the final cleansing. We have in our mop buckets, like I said, we have two mop buckets. In our general mop bucket that we clean messes up with our green mop head, we put a half a cup of Simple Green in there, put a half cup of Simple Green, and a quarter cup of bleach, just to kind of, like during the summer months or when we're inside a lot, to cut down on the smell a little bit. So in our pea buckets, we call them, we put half a cup of Simple Green and a quarter cup of bleach. In our final mop bucket that we use for the final wash, we put 1 cup of bleach in there for the sanitizing of the room. In our spray bottles, this is, as I said, is lemon cleaner, which is a concentrated form of lemon cleaner. We obviously need to dilute this quite a bit. If you leave it too concentrated, when we spray off our equipment, it leaves the equipment a little bit sticky. So the first step, when we start to clean the room, the first thing we're going to go through and do is use our green mop head, and if there's any dogs that have had an accident in the room, we will pick it up with the green mop head. Our poop messes, we will never use a mop to clean up a poop mess. What we use to clean up a poop mess is we'll use a poop bag with paper towels, and we'll generally get most of it, the biggest bulk of it all cleaned up with the paper towels, and then we'll use this as a final just to go over it during the day, so we don't pick up poop with the green mop head. So the first thing that we're going to do after we pick up all of our messes, then I usually go to equipment and start cleaning the equipment in all the rooms. We have the little jungle gyms and plastic pieces of equipment such as this. And this is where we're going to use our lemon cleaner and our rag. And we'll spray it down and wipe it down, and even turn it up, because a lot of times this is where the pee would be. So spray it down, underside as well. And get all the hair off the bottom of it, and do all the sides, and then I usually leave it tipped up like this, so I know that I've cleaned it. And then we also, with our spray bottle of lemon cleaner and our rag, we spray down all the doors, all of our half doors, in the walls, all the walls, basically from where the dogs can touch down to the floor, making sure to get all of the doors, little metal gate doors, make sure we get those also, get sprayed with tile places. Make sure all of this is wiped down. After I get all of that done, equipment done, the walls, the doors, then what I do is I'll go through with the dry mop. And basically the dry mop is going to get all the hair that the dogs have left throughout the day. And I always make sure I get right up to the edges. And so on and so forth throughout the room. Make a little pile of my hair here. And then after I get the whole room dust mopped, then what I'm going to do is the dust mop, or the dry mop, dust mop, doesn't always get all the dirt and all the grit and all the sand. So then I'll take my broom and I make sure that I sweep everything. That'll get, like I said, the sand, the dirt that the dust mop doesn't get. And so I end up sweeping the whole room. And again, getting my pile. Once I have my pile, pick it up with the dustpan, pick up my pile. And then the floors should be pretty dirt-free and hair-free. Once that I've accomplished that, then I take my final mop, which would be the bleach mop bucket, and my blue mop head, or white mop head, whichever you prefer. I take my final mop, and again, you want to make sure you get right up against the whiteboards or whatever your barrier is, and get all the corners. I do all my corners first. This is where a lot of times the dogs will mark walls, and so there's a lot of urine pooled up here. So I make sure I get the edges real well. Once I get the edges, I do nice even strokes. So not to miss any areas. And mop the floor. And then once I've accomplished all of that, I've done the equipment, the walls, dust mop, swept, and then final mop. The room is complete. Move on to the next. Smiling. Okay. So now we've cleaned the room. We're finished for the day. Just very important. Put everything away where you found it. That way whoever's looking for it next can find it again. We have here specifically at Shea, we have a little cart that we put everything on. And the dry mop, the dust mop head gets pretty hairy. So what we do, because we can't always get all the hair off, is after every room that we clean, we'll take our shop vac and we'll shop vac the actual hair off the head. It makes it a lot nicer.